everybody, Steve from Swamp Bottom Baits here. Welcome back for another football head jig tie. So the one we're going to be doing today is PB&J. It's like a Carolina pumpkin, got some black flake. You can see a little bit of purple glitter in there, as long as we can keep it in focus. So that's what we're going to be tying up today. A little housekeeping real quick, if you don't mind. If you're interested in looking at anything that we have to offer, there's a link on our about page for the tackle box. It takes you to our Etsy store. Also a link there for Swamp Swag. You can find hats, shirts, mugs, stuff like that. And if you need any graphics done, look in that link there for Neptune Multimedia. Does great work. So let's go ahead and bring you all down here to the vise. And we've got a 3/8 ounce in the peanut butter and jelly color. We're going to be using a total of a tab and a half. So first one is right here. That is Ultimate PB&J from Fishing Skirts. You see right here on the back, Ultimate PB&J. And then we're going to be using what is this one here? It's Peanut Butter Dalmatian. Yep, Peanut Butter Dalmatian. So we're going to be using a full tab of the Ultimate PB&J and then half a tab of the Peanut Butter Dalmatian. So the thread I'm going to be using is dark brown 210 denier flat wax nylon. So let's go ahead and get a touch of super glue brush on. I'm using the Crazy Glue. You can use whatever one you like. That just happened to be what I got my hands on at the time. So I'll go ahead and get a bit of a base down. And we're going to start out with the Ultimate PB&J. Get a couple wraps and spread it out. And then we'll flip it over and do the bottom side as well. And the last one I did, I had put my solid color on the sides. I'm not going to do that with this one. I'm going to put it right on top of what I already have there. But when I put the last one on, I will put the last one to the sides. Oh. There we go. Let's put a few more wraps in there. Now this one here is our second half of the Ultimate PB&J. I'm going to put that on the sides. That looks about what I'm looking for. So I'm going to try and bring this thread all the way up just underneath that head to cause it to flare. Go ahead and tighten it down. And we'll get our whip finish on there. There we go, 5 turns. Cut our thread and some Loon water-based head cement. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and give it a buzz cut. I'm going to trim these up just a little bit more. There we go. So that's what we're looking for. Go ahead and pull that out the vise. And I always will take and just cut these straight. I can always trim it off later if I want. Make it a little bit longer. And any that are being sold, actually you can do the same thing. Adjust them how you want them. So let's go ahead and get our weed guard in here. Always got one piece that just wants to stay in the way. Alright, so 1 drop Loctite super glue gel, brown FG30 weed guard, and there we go. Like I said, the crop top right here, that's going to slow it down, make it more finesse, but we don't have a trailer for this. So let's go up into the shop and I'm going to make a trailer and that PB&J to match the head. So we'll be back once we're up in the shop. All right, so we're back. We're up here in the shop, and what I've got here is half a cup of a mix. It's 50% floating medium and 50% sinking craw. So kind of give it a neutral buoyancy. And I've got two different browns out here. This is a brown oxide. It's a little bit darker. There's your Carolina pumpkin. That's what I'm going to start out with, is Carolina pumpkin. And see if we can hit what we want. If we have to darken it up, we can add a couple drops of the brown oxide. So there's 10 I'm going to start with. So that looks like the color brown we're wanting, but I don't think it's quite opaque enough. So yeah, we need to opaque it up a little bit more. Let's go with 5 more. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right there. So let's go ahead and get this cap back on there. I don't think we need to add any of the other brown. Once we put the black flake in there, I think it'll be all right. So now that paint, of course, it's got small black in it. I'm going to go with the medium. So go with roughly about a 1/16. This is an 1/8 of a teaspoon, so I'm using about half of it. And this is just to give a variance in the color as far as why using the medium, but I am using the small purple. So I'm going to do the same, about a 1/16. Like I said, that black flake will darken up the brown. See how it got darker than it was? And you see that purple's real like speckly in there. There we go. So I'm thinking, if you look at this, sorry about bumping it, and look at this, I'm thinking that's exactly what we're looking for. So I'm going to warm it up just a touch. And what I'm going to start out with, I've got 2 molds out here. This is our prototype of our chunk. And then I've got the Ned Craw out. So I'm going to back you all up so you can get a better view. Let's go ahead and pour this one. We'll slide that out the way. Get our injector out. And inject the Ned Craw. I think this Ned Craw will work as a good trailer also for this size. It won't for the 1/2 ounce, but for the 3/8 quarter, I think it will. And I haven't poured up any 1/8 ounce football heads, but I also have a 2-inch version for that. So I'm working on a couple different body shapes other than just the square. So we'll see how they go. But let's pull this plug out. That really looks like the head right there. I wasn't sure if I was going to need to darken it up any, but you know, maybe just a touch. I'm not sure. We'll see how it looks once they come out the mold. So let's set that off to the side. Let's go ahead and clean up a little bit while those are setting up. But I like the variance in using a medium black. And of course, to match the head, we had to use the small purple. So let's get our colors put away. This one here is going to take longer to set in the silicone. But this mold was cold, so this one should be good to go already. So let's see. Yeah, maybe it does need to be a little bit darker. Let's go ahead and put this on here. Let's see, where do we need to come out at? Right there. Make sure we get it centered. Try and get our silicone out the way so we can get it up onto the barb. There we go. Well, and that came out the side. There we go. So it does look like we need to darken it up a little bit. But those are thin claws also. This one might work good as far as size-wise goes. But then you can always trim up the skirt too. Trim up right here at the edge of that purple. So let's take that off, because like I said, that's a 2-inch, if I remember right. Let's see. No, it says 2.5. So there's a 2.5. But that's also a Ned bait, and you see how it's got small claws on it. Where our chunk trailer it's got a lot larger, a lot more defined, you know, bulky claws on it. So let's see how that one looks on there. Even though it's still warm, it'll be all right. Just for present, you know, showing y'all. Get all of our skirt material out the way. So a little bit more of a profile. So I kind of like that a little bit better with the bigger claws on there. So there we go. There's peanut butter and jelly. So maybe we do need to add some more of that other brown to that and darken it up. But we're going to go ahead and call it there. It's been a decently long video. So appreciate everybody coming in and joining. Y'all have a good day. Peace.